Hey guys, stick around until the end of this video where I'm going to give you my free cheat sheet, how you can build a lead generation tool for $20 on Bolt.new in any industry. Okay, let's dive in. Hey guys, Chris Pantelli here, co-founder of Linkify. Today I'm going to show you how you can build a lead gen tool in any industry for $20. I've just successfully done this with Linkify. So we made a press badge generator, which looks gorgeous, as you can see. Full functionality, so you can take websites that you've won links from, you can pop those into here, and it will create an account before they can extract the logos, sign up for an account, and then they can generate a gorgeous looking press badge. So how did I do this with zero coding skills? The power of AI. And what's great as well is you can get really granular with this, and you can build something that is super useful. It doesn't take too long once you get to grips with it, and you can basically do it for next to nothing. $20 for a Bolt.new, which is the tool that we're going to be using, and most of the connections and the functionality behind the app that you develop will basically be free as well, which is awesome. And you can do this in any industry. Like any industry that you can think of. So any industry that you're operating in. Today we're going to do a real estate example. You can see the example we did for Linkify, but today specifically we're going to be doing a real estate lead gen tool build example, and I'm going to basically be showing you sort of how you can get started. I'm not sure if we'll get through the full build today. That's not really the point of what I'm going to do. It's more showing you how you can do this, because there is a lot of back and forth that you need to do to engage with the tool in order to get the output that you are looking for. But I will definitely give you some tips and tricks along the way on how you can minimize the time that you need to spend. So the tool that we're going to be using is Bolt.new, which is a natural language app coding tool, which essentially means you can engage with the tool with written text in order to produce anything that you can think of. It's really, really cool. Okay, so this is my account on Bolt.new. You can sign up for $20, I think, on the monthly plan. Let's just go into my settings here. Let's have a look at the tokens. So I haven't got too many tokens left actually on this account. You can buy more tokens for I think $30, and then on a billing period, on a billing cycle, I think it's $20, 10 million tokens per month, and you can buy an extra 10 million for I think $30. So yeah, really, really cool. Yeah, so you can buy more tokens here, and that's going to open up a Stripe payment. Yeah, $30 for 10 million. 10 million, I think, is probably more than enough to get a basic app build from ideation right the way through to deployment. Okay, so let's get started. So first thing I'm going to do is go to DeepSeek. Actually do it on this browser here in order to start with our ideation. So you can utilize other AI tools in order to reiterate on your code, and basically just give you ideas. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask DeepSeek, can you give me some ideas for a lead generation tool I can create with natural language AI that can live on my website? This tool should, I'm going to say here, not rely on APIs, and I would like it to be a bit more advanced than a mere calculator, but also something interesting and useful. So the reason that I say not to rely on APIs, although you can 100% integrate APIs, I did with the tool that we made for Linkify, it is just a little bit more complex, and it can bug out and crash the code, which means that you're going to be going through those tokens in order to identify the issues and resolve them. But you can 100% utilize APIs. You can even ask Bolt.new to recommend the APIs. You can then go and sign up for those APIs, and it will add, it will walk you like a guided process through integrating those APIs. Busy server on DeepSeek. Which is really, really interesting, actually, because it really does just talk to you. So if you say, look, I've got this idea, I've got this particular API that I want to use, can you give me, tell me how to, sign up and get the code? It'll tell you everything that you need to know. Okay, we seem to be having some issues with DeepSeek. Bear with me. Okay, DeepSeek's bugging out, so I'm going to put the same prompt into Perplexity. We can also use ChatGPT as well. Suitable products or services on your offering. So this is interesting. Interactive buyer persona generator. Develop a tool that engages visitors in a conversation about their business challenges, goals, and characteristics. Okay, interesting. I didn't specifically say real estate. Lead generation tool for a real estate agency. Okay, cool. So once I'm done, we can get some ideas. Detailed questions about their ideal property, including location, preference, budget, lifestyle, needs, must-have features, and analyze the ones to recommend the most suitable listings in your portfolio. So this is cool, but that's going to need to connect to your portfolio. Predictive sellability and design a tool where a home buyer can input information about their property and receive AI-generated sellers. Okay, I like this one. This is cool. Yeah, this is really nice. So what I'm going to do, so this is like saying it's going to give a sellability score, okay? So this would be really cool on that buyer journey for people that are just maybe thinking about whether or not they want to sell their property, and this is going to be a tool where they can input information, and then the model will derive a sellability score on their property and how likely it is going to be on them selling their home in the next 90 to 100 days. So this is a really, really cool idea, okay? So I'm going to take this. Okay, love this idea. Okay, I will be using natural language coding tools to build this. Please, can you give me a prompt that outlines the concept and then instructs the AI to begin building this methodically, step by step. And this is important because the step-by-step process is really important, because we don't want to overload the AI. Okay. Users, okay, so this is good. Please design the interface and show me the encode or construct before moving to the next step. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to take that and we're going to copy that, and then we're going to come into Bolt here. Okay, so this is going to be a new project. I'm happy with this because it's outlined the concept, the idea, and then it said what we want first, which is the user interface design. Okay, so that's really, really cool. And I'm going to pop that into there. Now, Bolt actually has this little function here called enhance prompt, which it will take your prompt and make it into what it believes is a better prompt. So just before we run this, I will see what this does, just in terms of... Okay, cool. So begin by implementing the user interface. Okay, cool. So let's give that a go. So then we run that, and that's going to open a new project for us, and it starts building out the code base. Okay, so this is where it builds all of your different files, and you can see here that it's already started to build. And then what we should get is like a first draft interface, likely with non-functionality. But we've asked the AI to guide us through. And we have these two sections here, which is a code section, and then we have this preview section. So this preview section is a interactive interface in which you can interact with your application, although at this point it's non-deployed. Okay, so this is going to look pretty basic to begin with. The preview takes some time to load. There we go. Okay, so tell us about your property. Single family property, condo, land, property address, fair squattage, lot size, bedrooms, bathrooms, year built, property condition 1 to 5. Okay, so this seems pretty reasonable. Okay, now it's going to ask us, the interface is clean, professional. Would you like me to proceed with implementing the advanced features, collecting step by step, or would you like to review or just the first implementation? So I'm going to say, this looks cool, this looks good, but I would like it to look much more, I'm going to say, techie and stylish. Please super enhance the design with animated colors in the background, and make it look really stylish. Okay, so there we go. Then what's going to happen is it's going to take you back into the code, and it's going to readjust the code. Some of these important areas that we need to look at are, oh, by the way, you would want to make a GitHub account as well and have a GitHub connection. Easy to do, free to do as well. Your main app is this app.tsx. This is like the main section. And then it might also at some point want to create env area, which is where you'll keep things like API keys and whatnot. But it will tell you if it does that. This can start getting pretty beefy, and we might need to break it out in order to maintain the functionality of us building on top of what we're doing. I've got a prompt which will show you how to do that, and that can really save you a bunch on tokens and things like that. Okay, so this is looking a bit better. It didn't do our move-in design, our animated colors in the background. Tech forward field maintain its special nature. Would you like me to make additional style requirements? Okay, yes. Please make the title central and the colors should be more red and black. There should also be moving colors on the background that whirl, and the font color should pop. So let's see what we get from that. We can also add our own logo. The way that you would do that is you would take your logo, as you can see here from the one that I made here. I was able to get my logo in here, and you just basically ask it to add your logo onto the app, say where you would like that app to be, where you'd like the logo to be, sorry, and then provide it with like a link. So either add that logo to a Google Drive with a shareable link, or you could even take it directly from your website if you can inspect that on the HTML, if you've got that link here from the HTML code as well. So whichever one works best for you. So let's see what this does now. Okay, not overly impressed with that, but okay, let's tone down. See, with the styling, you can burn through tokens, so it's important to like basically make it look more professional. Oh, okay, it's doing the color movement. You see if the colors are like changing, which is reasonably cool. Now let's turn down the red, make it look more professional and more stylish and more techy. So I'm going to do this as a final run, but this is just to give you an example of how you can interact with it in order to make it look like you want it to look. And it's also important to note that we can deploy this for free as well, and then have it live as a redirect. So we can have it as a URL on our website. I'm not going to go through the full functionality of this app, because you'll see that you just need to keep iterating until it works and functions in the way that you want. I'll also show you where we are on usage as well. As you can see now, every time we iterate, we get like a bit more code, so it starts to bloat bit by bit as we go. Okay, so let's leave with that. Let's leave it where it is. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Would you like any adjustments? So we can say, okay, let's just see where we are on the token usage. So we got 191,000 left. So I mean, you know, we haven't used too much now. So okay, let's move to the next step. Now, obviously, with these things here, you could just say, you know, I don't want it to just say single family home, condo and land, remove land, have single family, you know, multi-property, whatever you want the options to be. You can easily add those or remove them. You just, again, ask in natural language, and it's able to do that for you. So we can see it's telling us what it's doing on each run. So it says, I'll help you determine the next step of the property analysis system, which is the features section. This will collect information about advanced properties. And then it's updated the property.ts and then the components area. So now it's building in the main app.tsx. So this is where we don't want this to get too big. It starts to get overwhelmed at around the 600 to 800 lines of code. But what we can do when it starts to get a bit truncated is we can ask it to tidy itself up. And I've got a super good prompt to show you how to do that. So we can look at that after. So now let's see what we've got. I've implemented the features step of the property analysis system with the following components. Added detail interfaces of property features. Structured data types of energy efficiency, smart home upgrades, amenities. Features form component. Main features categories. It's nice. UI improvement, sections, card and icons, tiles, smooth hover, focus, states clear. So it's really iterated and improved on its own thing. The form maintains the professional tech-focused design while providing an intuitive interface for users to input their property's features. Would you like to proceed with implementing the analysis step? Okay, so for example, we can say it's a single family home. We can put the address in. So let's actually, before we move on, let's say, please change the property address section to a general area drop down for all. So actually, let's say we're not. Let's imagine we're not a national. We're not a national realtor. We're in a single area. So please change the property address section to a general area drop down for the state of Texas and all its cities and towns. So added Texas cities drop down. You may need to go to AI or your own personal database of those cities, areas, towns that you're operating in. Obviously, there's no need to specifically take the address, although if that is an important piece of information for you in terms of lead generation, then another way you could implement that is to have the full report produced and then have them be required to input information in order to receive that report. You could maybe give them their overall score, let's say, as part of the workflow, and say, this is the Sellability Score. If you want to see the full report, then please provide an email. And then we can implement a connection with tools like MailerLite's free API, which adds them to your email list, and then we can send them the form. So here we go. We've got a select city, and then that does all the cities in Texas, which is cool. And then we can input the square footage like this, lot size in feet. That tells us there, square feet, number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, year built, and then our own decision there. Then we can do the features. So drop down is now, so would you like me to make any adjustments to the current list? So let's actually just test this now. So let's say we're here, say we're 15,000 square foot. I don't know what lot size in square foot means. Let's say 15,000. Number of bedrooms, 5 bedroom, number of bathrooms, 3, year built, let's say 2004, and we think our property is in a 4-star condition. Now, if we continue, this is where then what makes your property special. So yeah, we can say we've got solar panels. Okay, so this functionality isn't working. I believe it asked us if we analysis step, features step. So it's not allowing us to click the buttons in this area here. So we can say on the features section, on this section, I am not able to click the selection buttons. So it says, I'll help you fix the issue with the selection buttons in the features. And the problem is that we need to implement the click handles for the feature selection buttons. So, I mean, it's pretty insane that you just like basically having a conversation with this AI machine and it's building you a lead generation app. As we progress and get closer towards this deployment area, you can get what's called a Superbase account. I've got just the free plan, which is more than enough for this. This is if you're going to use things like APIs, databases. If you want information saved within your app, it will tell you we need to create a table or a database for this next section, and then it will tell you to create a Superbase account, connect that account, and then you are able to continue with that functionality of things being saved within the app. For example, you may want people to only be able to produce a free report per month, or you may want the person, let's say, in order to receive the report, maybe you give them the score for free once they press the analysis, but the full report you may want to send as an email, in which case you're going to need to maybe have them create an account, input their information, and have that saved, which means they'll need a Superbase account. I won't go into this in full detail now, although this is obviously a vitally important part of the lead generation aspect of building this tool, but it is really, really simple. So you can see with mine here, if they add, let's just add a random URL. If they do this, then it says create to extract logos, and then it comes up with this. This is where a form is filled in. Once they press get started, it creates an account, and then that adds them to a MailerLite or whatever email service provider you're using, adds them to a group, and then they're then on the email list. You could then have an automation where you send them a welcome email. You can then grab the score that's been produced from the tool that you've built and then send them the report as well. One other thing that you'll need is it'll ask you to create a free Netlify account. And this is where your apps get published. And this is, again, I can see I'm on the free account. Really, really, really cool that it allows you to deploy on here. But I'll show you that as we go and deploy this one. So this is super cool. So we can go through the sections again. So let's select the city. Let's do 15,000. 15,000. Number of bedrooms 5. Number of bathrooms, let's say 4, and 2001, and we're going to say 4-star. Let's just see what it says. It's fixed. Added hover over effects to make it all obvious. Added proper state management for all features. Added visual feedback when hovering over checkboxes. Now you should be able to click. Okay, so now what we should be able to do is click continue. Then we should be able to select things. So solar panels, yes, lovely. Let's say we've got all of these things. Really nice UI and design. So recent upgrades, let's say we recently just had the floors done. Unique features, separate with comments. Oh, I like that. Okay, so let's say we've got a wine. Oh, it's a bit buggy. So it's a bit buggy, this. Okay, so let's just say in the unique features and community, the unique features and community amenities section is buggy when trying to type into the input fields. So then again, it's going to pop out of the preview, go back into the code, and it's telling us that it is there is a problem in the way we are handling the comma separated values. Let's improve the input handling to make it more reliable. So pretty cool. We'll give that a minute. Another thing that you can do for the lead generation is you could simply build the tool. This is obviously an easier way to handle it. You could build the tool and have it as a visual, and then you can just, before you allow them access to it, maybe you can have a still image of the tool. You can just ask them to sign up there and then and say, run your free property saleability score analysis, and then once they sign up, you automate and send them the link to the page. Probably less of a conversion doing it that way. People prefer to fill out all the information. Then when they're, put to, okay, you've taken all this time to put this information in. Now, do you want to see the report? That's when they'll give you the email because they've already gone to the effort. Okay, so let's just do this testing again. Bedrooms 5, bathrooms 3, year built 2001, 4. Okay, so let's just say also, once we get to a insulation types, okay, this one's a bit buggy as well. So let's see if it fixed the other one. Okay, so still buggy. The input fields for text are still buggy. When typing into them. And then we want to tell it which ones: insulation type, unique features, and community amenities. Please improve the ability to seamlessly type into these sections. If we don't get a full-blown improvement on this, now I'm just going to move on, because you can see it requires this iteration. Now, as you can see, this is starting to build out the code, so I'm going to give you the little hack now on how you can improve that significantly. As you start to build this out and you start getting more sections in here, and as this app.tsx file starts getting larger, then what we can do is we can use this. I would like you to refactor, clean, and break the code into smaller pieces while maintaining full functionality. And what that does is it takes sections of this main.tsx section here, or the app.tsx, and it breaks it into more constituent components. And then that basically reduces the size and allows you to then further interact with natural language, and it will build again, but rather than rewriting like lines and lines of code, it will just preload the sections that it's separated into, and it allows for a smoother building experience, way less crashes, and much less token usage. Okay, the functionality testing can get a bit tedious because you sort of have to. Okay, so let's select that one. You do sort of, especially if it's like a multi-step process, you do need to sort of put all of those steps in each time that you're doing it. So let's see if we've had any improvement here. So, okay. So unfortunately, this is unique features. Right. So I could keep coding on this. Actually, I'm going to do one more thing. Okay. I'm going to go into ChatGPT. I'm going to say, give me a list of all possible insulation. Okay, give me a list of all possible insulation types. In the US for property. And then in here, I'm going to say, give me drop downs instead of input fields for, and this is going to make it more algorithmic anyway, which is, I think, a better idea, for insulation type. Then we can put, what's this? In the context of oh God, I've spelled inclusion right. I'm terrible at spelling. Thank God for AI. Into US property. Okay. No additional information, just the types as a list. Okay, lovely. So insulation types, then I'm going to put unique features, so like wine cellar, custom lighting. Okay, give me 20 custom features a property could have, for example, wine cellar, custom lighting. I want single list. Okay, cool. So I mean, you can sort of get as a koi pond. Reminds me of when Michael Scott from the US office fell into the koi pond. So we can add that list of unique features there, and then okay, community amenities. I'm not even going to bother. Give me 20 community amenities. Lovely. Okay. Okay, so you continue the code for free in the editor. Okay, so that hit my limit. Let me just save that. Okay, so I've hit my limit. That would have got us to the point where we had the additional things, and then once done, you deploy the application, and you are good to go. So let me just see if we can deploy. Yeah, we can. Okay, so I want to show you the deployment actually to see if that works. Perfect. So obviously you want to keep progressing through this to the point that you're happy with it. And then once you press deploy, sorry about running out of tokens there, guys. But you can see the purpose of the video is to show you the methodical and logical way that you can work through a build in order to iterate on certain features, question the functionality if something isn't working. And then with this particular lead gen tool, what I would have done when we got to the point of the final sort of analysis section and then produced a report is I would have wanted to have seen the logic behind the analysis. And then as an expert real estate agent, in particular for your area, you would be able to iterate on the logic behind the analysis of the report. So for example, if in your particular area of operation, homes with outdoor swimming pools sell significantly better than those without, then that would be something that needs to be stressed into the logic of the analysis for the output. That if the user said on the features section that they do have an outdoor swimming pool, then that is going to be a more weighted factor on the sellability score than perhaps other features. But again, the important thing is you can continually engage with the AI in Bolt.new in order to continually iterate on what it is that you've built. But you can see how easy that was to build. I can then open up this test deployment URL, which gives us this nice looking lead gen tool. We could have put our logo in the top, like I said, and we could have, again, significantly improved or iterated on the design, the look, the feel, but we can totally make this look like it's, you know, our business's lead gen tool. But this is this is deployed to like a test URL. Once you've set up a Netlify account, you can then press this link here, which brings sorry, you need to copy and paste that, which will bring that into your Netlify account, and then you can claim the app. Okay, now this is in my Netlify account, and I can click site configuration, and I can change the site name. So let's say we are called Pantelli Real Estate, and we can save that. And then you can see this is my URL now, Pantelli Real Estate. And then if you want to create, let's say I owned PantelliRealEstate.com, I would maybe set up as a new page on my website called Property Sellability Analysis. And then I can 301 redirect that page to this Netlify URL. And that's it, guys. It's as simple as that. Like I said, you can do this in any industry. You know, if you are in the finance industry, sports and leisure, if you operate in the YMYL space, you can think of lead gen tools. You can use DeepSeek, ChatGPT, Perplexity to ideate ideas that you think will resonate or be useful to your audience. You can build something that people actually want to use, they actually get value from, and you are adding them into your audience your nurture sequence, and then obviously making them a potential customer. So I hope this video has been helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and please leave me any comments in the comment section, and feel free to shoot me an email if you've got any questions. Thanks, guys.